I think a big problem in the black community is people are used to having leaders. And if you look at history, you look at people from way back, a lot of people who have led movements, civil rights era, even beyond the civil rights era, there's been many people who have a leadership mentality, who are strong, and they'll come out and fight for others who don't have a voice. And a lot of times there are situations where you may need that. But now that we're in the year of 2017, I really feel like there should be different ways to show leadership, and it may not be in the same ways as people are used to seeing in the past. Now, a lot of leaders in the African American community and other communities outside of African American community, a lot of people will come out and speak on behalf of the poor, on behalf of the people who don't have a voice, or people who have been racially discriminated or profiled. If they show leadership through signing petitions and going to court, or being a representative lawyer, or if they're a preacher or a reverend, or if they work in politics, they have showed leadership skills. But there are sometimes people that are in smaller communities that can be leaders as well. Sometimes, even if you're not famous, if you're not popular, maybe at your job, helping children who are disabled, showing them, that all people have a right to have equal rights, and that everybody, maybe they're not exposed to other people of different cultures, and by you being, maybe if you're from another culture and the people that you work around, the clientele, see from you modeling that, a lot of the stereotypes are what they are, stereotypes. And so a lot of times there's smaller, what we would think would be small ways of showing leadership. A lot of times people are really hinged on leaders, and a lot of times these people take advantage of poor people. The ones that usually we have today are not your Malcolm X's, they're not your Martin Luther King's and Nelson Mandela's. A lot of times you'll have people who are from out of the woodworks or out of nowhere. Some people have well intentions, but then there are others who are very greedy, and they have hidden agendas where they're really just trying to profit for themselves. And then some people, maybe they have some good intentions, but they don't go about it in the best way that would help people from all situations, even if they're all from the same culture. Sometimes they put down people within their own culture. And I have witnessed that in African American culture, that there are some leaders who only want to represent certain groups, or certain social groups, or certain social groups who conform to a certain beliefs. And if you don't conform to those beliefs, then they want to ostracize you or push you out, even though you're a person of color, you're black yourself. And so a lot of times they'll, you know, prop up racial agendas to try to push for large masses of people to fight for, as if it were the 60s civil right type of issues. Some of the issues are validated and they're legitimate, while other issues bash people within the culture. So it works against one another instead of for each other. So it's almost like a social divide within your own culture. So a lot of times people are looking for these old school leaders, but we need some new school agenda.